Good morning, class. So today we start with Central Highlands. We have already done in the physical divisions of Asia, we have already done the northern lowlands, which include the Siberian plain and the Turan plain. Then yesterday we quickly went through the 10 tallest mountain peaks in Asia. Now coming to the Central Highlands. Open up to page number 61. The core of Asia is made up of several ranges of fold mountains. The Pamir Knot in the north of India is the place from where these mountain ranges radiate in all directions. So I'll quickly show you the Pamir Knot. See the Pamirs over here. The following mountain ranges run eastward from the Pamir Knot. The Himalayas are the southern mountain system, with Mount Everest as the highest peak, 8,848 meters in the world. This I will not show you, you already know about it. Then the Karakoram lies to the north of the Himalayas, with Mount Godman Austen, 8,611 meters, as the second highest peak of the world. So take a quick look at the Himalayas and the Karakoram over here. Now, the Kunlun Mountains forms the northern boundary of Tibetan Plateau. Then, whereas the Himalayas form its southern boundary. So, quickly coming to the Tibetan Plateau over here, and you have the Kunlun mountain range. Then, the Altan, Tag and Nanshan ranges extend towards Qingling and Khingan mountains of China. So, we are looking at Khingan and Qingling. Qingling, can you see over here? Qingling is not so clearly marked, children. This is Qingling Mountains and this is Khingan. Now, Tin Sha radiates from the Pamir Knot towards Central Asia. Now coming back to Pamir Knots. The Pamirs are here and Tian Shan is here. The Central Asia consists of many ranges like Sayan, Altai, Yablonovy and Stanovoy. So, you have the Yablonovy and the Stanovoy ranges over here. Then Altai range is here. Now we are looking for Sayan mountain range. Sayan is not so clearly given or marked over here. So we'll look it up in the physical map when you come to school, in the bigger one which we have at school. Now, the following mountain ranges run westward from the Pamir Knot. They are collectively called as the Western Mountain Range. The Hindu Kush mountain range, okay, then the Elbrus mountain along the Caspian Sea. Caspian Sea is here and Elbrus is here. Then we were looking at Hindu Kush is here. Then we are looking for Suleiman Mountains and the Kirthar ranges in the southwest. Suleiman Mountains and the Kirthar ranges. Khyber is here, the Kush, southwest. Suleiman and Kirthar is not clearly given here, children. See if you can find it, then please mark it, otherwise we'll look for it in the bigger map. Okay, after Suleiman and Kirthar, the Zagros mountains along the Persian Gulf. So this is the Persian Gulf and this will be here, the Zagros mountains here. Then the Zagros mountains and the Elbrus mountains join to form the Armenian Knot. So where is the Elbrus mountains? We saw it earlier, children. Elbrus is here. So here they form the Armenian Knot. The Pontic mountain and the Taurus mountains radiate from the Armenian Knot. So the Taurus Pontic range over here and the Taurus mountains. Okay, Plateau of Iran. This is Zagros. Then we are looking for Pontic and Taurus mountains. I had marked it here. Let us quickly see where the Taurus mountains are. This is Asia Minor and here we have the Taurus mountains. Pontic mountain is this. Now coming to the plateaus. The heart of Asia consists of a series of lofty plateaus surrounded by high mountains, lowlands or basins are also found in this region. The main plateaus that consist of this triangular tableland of Asia are Plateau of Tibet. So this is the Plateau of Tibet. Then we have the Sai Dam basin between Kunlun. See, we saw the Kunlun mountains. Where did we see the Kunlun mountains, children? So the Sai Dam, this is the Tarim basin here between Altan Tag and Tinshan. Can you see the Tarim basin here? You can see the Plateau of Tibet. You see the Kunlun range, Altan range. You see Altan is here, Kunlun is here, Tarim basin is here, Karakoram, Plateau of Tibet is here, Tinshan is here, Nanshan is here, children. Chingling mountains are here, Altai range is here. Then the Gobi Plateau between Altai and Nanshan, Gobi Desert. So we have the Gobi Plateau here, Altai and Nanshan. Nanshan is here. Okay, Altai range is here. So this is where the plateau, you will find the plateau. Then Zangarian basin between Tinshan and Altai. So Altai mountain range, Tinshan is here, okay, and Altai is here. So this is the Zangarian basin. Besides there are three large peninsular plateaus in southern Asia. They are made up of very old crystalline rocks. The main old plateaus are the Arabian Plateau between Red Sea and Persian Gulf. So this is the Red Sea and this is the Persian Gulf. So here you will find the Arabian Plateau. Then we have the Deccan Plateau. See, you already know this is the Deccan Plateau in southernmost part of India. Then we have the Myanmar, Yunnan Plateau of China and Korat Plateau of Thailand. Now children, all this I could not find in this particular map. So we will look for it on a bigger physical map of Asia. There are two intermontane plateaus such as the Plateau of Iran and the Plateau of Anatolia, which are enclosed here. So let us quickly go to Iran. These are intermontane plateaus because as they are surrounded by what? They are surrounded by mountains on their sides. Now, then we come to the Plateau of Iran is located between Elburz mountains in the north and Zagros mountains in the south. See, again the same things. Elburz and Zagros is here somewhere. So Plateau of Iran is here. Then we are looking at Anatolia, also known as Asia Minor. Anatolia is here, which is also known as Asia Minor. This is the Pontic range over here and Taurus mountains in the south. So these are the Taurus mountains and this is the Pontic range. Now there are two, this we have done. We come to river basins. An area drained underlined by the water of a river is known as a drainage basin. Asia's largest river valley basin is situated between the central mountains and the southern plateaus. Underline that. Some of the river systems are very old. These include underlined river Tigris, river Euphrates, river Indus, river Ganga, river Brahmaputra, river Irrawaddy, river Mekong, river Sikyang, river Changjiang and river Huanghe. Now let us quickly see these rivers over here, children. Can you see river? See, you already know. Wait, let me. Okay. Now this is fine. Now let us look for river. First of all, let us go through Euphrates. This is river Euphrates, river Tigris. Here you see river Indus, river Ravi, river Satluj, Jhelum, Chenab. Then we have Yamuna. You have river Ganga, river Brahmaputra is here, Narmada. Then Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna is here. Then we have the Mekong here. We have river Irrawaddy here, river Huangho here, Xinjiang here. So these are the major, Changjiang here. So these are the major rivers which drain the plains river basins, and they are found between the central mountains and the southern plateaus. Now these are fertile alluvial stretches that are densely populated. The rivers mostly originate in the central mountain systems and are perennial in nature. Perennial in nature, that they flow all through the years. The water in the river does not dry up. The valley of the Euphrates and the Tigris in Iraq surges into the Persian Gulf. So Euphrates and Tigris surges into the Persian Gulf. Now the valley of river Indus in Pakistan and India is formed by the river Indus and its tributaries Ravi, Jhelum, Beas, Satluj and river Chenab. They all drain into the Arabian Sea. This is the Indus plain. This is the Gangetic plain. The northern plains of India are known as the Gangetic plains. This is Pakistan. And the river Indus drains into the Arabian Sea. Now, the valley of river Ganga, river Brahmaputra, stretches from the Indus Valley in the west to river Brahmaputra in the east. They form the largest delta in the world, which is known as Sundarban Delta. So this is the Sundarban Delta. Here river Brahmaputra is coming to meet river Ganga over here, and their distributaries form a large network of delta, which is the largest in the world and is also known as Sundarban Delta. Now Mekong Delta in Thailand and Mekong Delta in Vietnam. We saw river Mekong here and river Mekong Delta is here, children, on top of Mekong. This is Mekong Delta. If you look at the physical map of Asia, then you will see Vietnam over here. This is Thailand. Now alluvial plains of China, Huangho in Huangho Basin in northern China, also known as Yellow Plain, Yangtze Basin in central China, Xinjiang Basin in southern China. Now children, these are the basins here which we are talking about as the Yellow Basin over here, the Yellow Sea. Can you see over here? We also know that this particular river, Yellow Sea over here, this basin, can you see? The river basin over here is a very fertile basin. Now coming to Amur Valley. Now so can you see between the Yablonovi and Stanovoy range, you can see the Amur River. So the valley is known as the Amur Valley, which is again also a fertile basin. Now the Great Plain of China is traversed by the three largest rivers, river Xinjiang, Changjiang and river Huangho, whereas river Irrawaddy forms a large plain in Myanmar. River Irrawaddy, you can see over here, it forms a large plain in Myanmar. So with this let us quickly do islands also, and then later on we can do the climate of Asia. There is a chain of islands from Kamchatka Peninsula to Malaysia around the Pacific coast of Asia. Some of these are volcanic in origin. So this is where you find the Kamchatka Peninsula over here, and these are all volcanic in origin. Many of the countries have a group of islands, geography called as archipelagos. Islands of Indonesia consisting of Sumatra, Java, Borneo, Celebes, Moluccas and Bali, Sarawak and Singapore, Philippine Island and the 4 islands of Japan consisting of Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku, Kyushu are the good examples of archipelagos. So all these things that you see here, and you see Japan, Kyushu, Shikoku, Honshu and Hokkaido, these are, Japan is very much prone to earthquakes. So this is also is part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, where the volcanoes erupt frequently. Anything which you have not understood, children, please mark it, give it whatever we have learned today, give it a thorough study. You need to learn everything by heart. Till that time, stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you.